Hey guys, I'm just gonna try out something different than what my videos typically are. I don't know if it'll help or not. I mean, I don't even know how well it'll turn out. I can't even see, my webcam on the screen or anything. So maybe the top of my head's cut off for all I know. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot. And I thought maybe walking y'all through kind of as I was doing my attack might kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing and why, I guess. But to start out with, I used 4 cyclones. You could use 6 or whatever it takes to get the job done. I always start out with that avalanche because that's what's going to hit you. And I do that tower last. I'll go for that that large turret in the back. And the reason that I do that first is because, like, once you hit that tower and it pops open, those guys kind of scatter. So when you go for that turret in the back, it gives them a chance to hit you. So I don't know exactly how that works in the tower. They can't do squat, but as soon as they pop out, man, they come after you. And the other thing about doing these cyclones, man, you gotta kind of just hit and run, especially when you're over on this side by this tower here. If you sit there uncloaked for too long, there's an infiltrator that'll sneak up over there and throw a grenade at you. And take out this one turret real quick. Hopefully I can kill it before that infiltrator makes his way over. And end attack, just so it clears out all those guys that spawned out of the towers. Don't really need to, but it's just kind of might save you a little damage. And also, like, when I'm looking for a Ver75 base to hit, I try and find one that's like to the north of my base, so that way my air is deploying down here on the very bottom of the base. Like, say you find a Ver75 base that's beneath yours, so your air is coming from the top of the base way up here. I've had it where it's like, soon as your Titan comes in, this Blitz turret is just hammering it. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles here. I always go for one of the north of my base. Oops. Alright, right now you really can't see what I've got going on. But I'm actually, like, programming in the attack keys. I don't know, most people probably don't even know that that's a thing, but I found kind of like as you're trying to do a lot of things at once, it just speeds things up. So the way that you do that, hold on, sorry, I've got so many things going on at once here, is once you select the plat or your air, whatever you want to use, if you hit the shift button and hold it down and then hit the 1 key, it basically programs in that 1 key where you can do it up to 4 keys, like shift 1, shift 2 for all the different things, but it makes it where you don't have to sit there and try and double click and select plats. You can just hit the 1 key and kind of makes it when all these units are coming at you at once, kind of takes some of that hectic clicking of trying to pick what you're going to fight with. And also, like, on this part here, as I'm trying to pick kind of like the order of what I'm going to try and kill first, I usually will go for not the hellhounds. What the heck do you call these ones here? I'll try and kill them first because they seem to be strongest. And then second is those infiltrators that throw the grenades. They seem to do quite a bit of splash damage to your SF. So, alright, let's see if I can kind of just hold my ground there. I hit, D on there to make them not move. Slow walk over to the other side of the base. And I found, like, on my infiltrators that I use here, I've started really like putting take cover on that lead infiltrator, because every once in a while, the blitz turret or a napalm or something like that will get that first shot off before you're able to shock it. So take cover. I mean, it doesn't reduce your damage a ton, but it might be the difference between a 10-minute repair and a free repair if you get hit. So alright, and the other thing here, I've got some max commandos in the front of that plat, so I've got a 550 range with those guys. That kind of, if you're just using 500, you won't be able to take those rocket silos out for sure. You'll kind of have to work your way up to them. Alright, get this infiltrator to, I kind of move him over so if that napalm does fire, it doesn't hit my entire plat, it's just them. And I guess kind of as these guys are slowly working their way across the base, I might mention that as you notice, when I'm coming in the base with my SF, I'll try and work my way through here. There's a mine that sits right about here, and yeah, unfortunately, man, I hate how one mine is like 30 minutes or an hour worth of damage. And try and sneak these cyclones up to the top of the base here. I like to take out these napalms with them. And again, like if you've got these guys with your 550 range, you can't do it with 500 for certain, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can, if you got max commandos in the front of this here, you can sneak all the way across and hit that storm turret safely. And you can just kind of put those guys on hold by hitting the D key on your keyboard so they don't nudge forward and get hit. And just bring your cyclones over and you can finish everything off. I mean, it's a cakewalk from here. After a while, this gets pretty routine. You can do these. I mean, I can do these pretty much easier than the V50s or 65s, and you get 8 million thor out of these things with basically a free repair. So it's definitely the way to go. If you can figure out the pattern. And I'll pause it here, and we can go back to my base, and I'll show you what kind of damage I'm gonna get.